Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our English Learning Podcast. I'm Anna, and today we're discussing an essential topic, the parts of speech. Joining me, as always, is Alex. How are you today, Alex?
Hi, Anna. I'm doing great. I'm excited to dive into this topic because understanding parts of speech is crucial for mastering English. So, let's break it down. We have 8 parts of speech to cover. Let's start with nouns.
Absolutely. Nouns are words that name people, places, things, or ideas. For instance, in the sentence, "The cat sat on the mat," both cat and mat are nouns. They identify the objects in the sentence. Nouns can refer to anything from a specific person like Sarah to a general place like city, or even an abstract concept.
That's right. Next, we have pronouns. Pronouns are used to replace nouns in a sentence, which helps avoid repetition. For example, instead of saying, "Maria likes Maria's book," you can say, "Maria likes her book," where her is the pronoun replacing Maria. Pronouns include words like he, she, it, and they.
Exactly. Pronouns help make our sentences smoother and less repetitive. Another example is, "John and I went to the store. We bought some groceries." Here, we is the pronoun replacing John and I.
Moving on to verbs. Verbs are action words, or state of being words. They tell us what the subject of the sentence is doing or experiencing. For example, in "She writes a letter," writes is the verb because it describes the action of writing. Verbs are crucial as they drive the action of the sentence.
That's a great point. Verbs can also describe states of being, like in "he is tired," where "is" shows a state rather than an action. Verbs can vary to show different tenses, such as run, present, ran, past, and will run, future.
Next up are adjectives. Adjectives describe or modify nouns, giving us more details about them. For example, in the sentence, "The large brown dog barked loudly," large and brown are adjectives describing the noun dog. Adjectives help to paint a clearer picture of the nouns they modify.
Exactly. Adjectives can describe various aspects like size, color, and condition. For instance, "She wore a beautiful dress." Here, beautiful is the adjective describing the noun dress.
Now, let's talk about adverbs. Adverbs modify verbs, adjectives, or other adverbs. They often tell us how, when, where, or to what extent something happens. For example, in "He quickly finished his work," quickly is the adverb modifying the verb finished. It tells us how he finished the work.
Adverbs can also modify adjectives and other adverbs. For instance, in "She is very talented," very is an adverb modifying the adjective talented, and in "He runs incredibly fast," incredibly is an adverb modifying another adverb, fast.
Next, we have prepositions. Prepositions show the relationship between a noun or pronoun and other words in a sentence. For instance, in "The cat is under the table," under is the preposition showing the relationship between cat and table. Prepositions often indicate location, time, or direction.
That's right. Prepositions are important for giving context to where something happens. For example, in "The meeting is at 3 p.m., at indicates the time of the meeting.
Let's move on to Conjunctions. Conjunctions connect words, phrases, or clauses within a sentence. They help to link ideas together. For example, in the sentence, I wanted to go for a walk, but it started raining. But is the conjunction connecting two contrasting ideas.
Exactly. Conjunctions like and, but, or, and because are used to join different parts of a sentence. They help to create more complex and meaningful sentences by linking various elements together.
Finally, we have interjections. Interjections are words or phrases that express strong emotions or sudden reactions. They often stand alone and are usually followed by an exclamation mark. For example, wow expresses amazement and oops indicates a mistake.
Interjections are great for conveying emotion and adding a personal touch to your speech. They're often used in informal contexts, but can really add character to your sentences.
So, to recap, the 8 parts of speech are nouns, pronouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, prepositions, conjunctions, and interjections. Each one plays a unique role in constructing sentences and conveying meaning.
Understanding and using these parts of speech correctly is fundamental to mastering English. They help you build clear and effective sentences and improve your overall communication skills.
Exactly. Practice by identifying these parts of speech in the sentences you read or write. The more you work with them, the more natural they will become.
Q&A section. Before we wrap up, we've received a few questions from our listeners about parts of speech. Let's take some time to answer them.
Great idea, Anna. What's the first question?
Our first question is, how can I easily identify parts of speech in a sentence?
That's a common question. One tip is to start by finding the verb in the sentence because it often indicates the action or state of being. Once you identify the verb, look for the nouns, which are usually the people, places, things, or ideas involved in the action. After that, see if there are any adjectives or adverbs modifying those nouns or verbs. Prepositions will typically show relationships, and conjunctions will link ideas together. With practice, identifying parts of speech becomes more intuitive.
Exactly, Alex. The more you practice, the better you'll get at quickly spotting each part of speech. Next question. Can one word function as different parts of speech?
Absolutely. Many words in English can serve multiple roles depending on their use in a sentence. For example, the word run can be a verb, as in, I run every morning, or a noun, as in, she went for a run. Context is key to determining how a word is functioning in a sentence.
That's a great point. Our final question is, why are parts of speech important to learn?
Learning the parts of speech is essential because they are the building blocks of language. By understanding how different words function in a sentence, you can structure your sentences more effectively, communicate more clearly, and improve your writing and speaking skills. It's like learning the rules of a game. Once you know them, you can play much more confidently.
Well said, Alex. Thanks to everyone who sent in their questions. We hope our answers helped clarify some of your doubts.
Yes, thank you for your questions. Keep practicing, and you'll see improvement in no time.
That's all for today's episode. Thanks for joining us as we explored the parts of speech. Keep practicing, and we'll see you next time.
Take care, everyone. See you in the next episode.